Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Another Monday, another Deal It Up challenge, number 79, would you believe? Incredible. So, welcome if you're new here, and welcome if you are a regular around these parts. I welcome you all here today, and let's get into this challenge, shall we? So I'm going to pull the prompts and then make according to the prompts. Now, I think I'll do a blind pull today, so I'll pull the prompts and then do the reveal, just because that's how I feel. Yeah, I hope you're all off to a fantastic start to your week. May it be a bright and beautiful one for you. I'm just hoping to not be too exhausted by the end of it. That's what I'm hoping. But we shall see. Right, let's pull our first prompt, which I'm going to go that one. So the first three prompts are the creative ones. And then there's the last two are the choice in what you're going to make, or what I'm going to make. So a faux playing card, which is this last prompt. And then this one here, it'll be the alternative if you don't want to make a faux playing card, which is essentially a journal card. So whether you make all or one, you can jump in anytime you like. So you don't have to make all 52 cards like I am. You can just jump in and do one or two, or however many takes your fancy. So no pressure, no expectations or anything. Just do what you want to and what you feel inspired to do. Okay. Next prompt. So I hope you had a fantastic weekend. As usual, we had a real quiet weekend. Saturday, just total blob day. Didn't do anything except keep warm by the fire, and yeah, that was pretty much it. We didn't even go out to the op shops yesterday. We just stayed home all day and did nothing except watch TV, YouTube, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, I'm just going to take the top one for this one. So that's our three creative prompts. Now, well, maybe we'll do a reveal of these and then we'll pull our last two prompts. That's different. I haven't done that before. So, sheet music. Cool. That's a good one. Grungy. Fun. And something that blows in the wind. So for this prompt, it can be an image of something, or it could be an actual object, like maybe a feather. A feather would blow in the wind, or a daisy, you know. Use your imagination. Interpret it however you like. It could be a stamped image, image from a magazine, or a die cut, you know, whatever. Whatever you have that fits the bill, and interpret it your way. Not my way, but your way. Right, so let's see what one of the options, I'm just going to take the bottom one this time. An embellishment. Okay, so you could make an embellishment, or you could join us in making a faux playing card, or you could do both if you so choose. And maybe you want to put your embellishment on your faux playing card and combine the two prompts. That is absolutely doable. So we've got no set colour today because our creative prompt there, grungy, use whatever colours you like. So that's fun. Let's pull right near the bottom, not quite at the bottom, that one. Right, just going to stack up my, normally I stack them up as I go, but I've kind of laid things out on my desk in the way, so there we go. So our faux playing card is the 9 of Hearts. Okay, so as usual, I have my cat food box here. Isn't it so cute? But sadly reminds me of Georgie. Anyway, let's not dwell there. So I have got my pre-cut faux playing card to the size that I'm using. You can use whatever size you like. I have pre-distressed the edges because that's my style. If I have a style, I'm not sure that I do have a style, but it doesn't matter. I do ink the edges. So I'm going to stencil first, as usually my go-to on these and colour. I'm thinking along the grungy lines, what, maybe ground espresso? Shall we go for it? But not heavy, because this is the writing side of the card. Right, just change out my sponge here to the ground espresso sponge, or felt pad. It's not a sponge, it's actually a felt pad, but that's just a technicality, isn't it? So I'm thinking maybe around the edges, not doing the whole thing, just kind of doing some bits. And this is one of my hand cut stencils. So I'm looking to go sort of heavy-ish on the outside. Not super heavy, because I still want it to be able to be written on. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. There's enough space in between the lines that it will, I believe, work quite well, even if I go a bit darker. I'm just trying not to get any ink outside of the edge of the stencil, because I think that'll look a bit random. Oops, don't move the stencil, dear. It's not helpful. Whoops, and I am off my backing paper. Just a bit of interest on the writing side, just so it's not plain and uninteresting. Here we go. I think that's fine. Just keeping it relatively clean this time. Does that even work? Clean and grungy? It seems like an oxymoron to me, but never mind. Right, now let's do our stamping of our 9 of Hearts. So grab out my red ink and my 9. Oops. Catching my mat on my desk with my arm. That's annoying. So she's got a cut in it, a split in it, where it's been over the edge of the glass desk, and I think I probably need to switch it out for a new piece of, I guess it's plastic. Right, 9 and a 9 in this corner. So yes, very quiet weekend. I am recording this as normal on a Sunday afternoon, although last week I did it on Monday morning, didn't I? And it didn't get up in time, but that's okay. Right, pop the 9 away. But yes, I am recording this Sunday as I would normally. And hubby's aunt and uncle are visiting his parents, so I'm just kind of conscious that we may get a visit from them. They're from about 7 hours away, so we don't see them very often. And it would be lovely to see them, because they're only 10 years older than my husband, like it's his youngest aunt. So we get on really well with them. But just if the doorbell goes, then it's most likely going to be them, and I will have to take a sudden break. But there's no guarantees that they will call in. We'll just have to see what happens. The house is a complete mess, so I kind of almost hope they won't, because it's not really visitor friendly right now. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Sorry, just taking care of my nose. It's a little bit cool. It's freezing outside, absolutely freezing. Nice and toasty inside, but my nose is still running, so you know. It's just the randomness of me. Okay, so we are now ready to go on this side. So sheet music. I still haven't topped up my bag with any more sheet music, so I was, no, there's only a little bit on that. I was hoping for like just a whole piece of sheet music to cover the back. I've got some of my sheet music cover digitals. That could be fun. It's not exactly sheet music, but, well, it is sheet music, it's just not the music part. Can I say that? Does that work? I'm just hunting to see if I can find any more actual music. It's not looking hopeful. Okay, well, what I might do then is use this on part and then put the sheet music on what it doesn't cover. We could do that, couldn't we? Okay, do I want... So I won't probably do the embellishment because I don't have any more sheet music available at the moment. I've got plenty, it's just not around me, and I don't really want to run out and get some from my stash. I think if I put that down first, we should be okay. So, just juggling things around my desk here. No, it's alright. I was going to tear the edges off, but just in case I tear too much off, I'll leave it and cut it off. If I don't get enough glue on it, I will just get in under there with my tacky glue. So yeah, my weekend's been quiet. How's your weekend? Or do I want to do that up that way because there's less kind of things to pop through and show through this very, very thin paper. There. Okay, now we can kind of work out where we want to place this because I don't want too much blank at the bottom. I think we can go about there. It's a good stamping strip. It's got a bit of colour to it. It's not white like that side. It's got a kind of greyish, beigeish-ish something along those lines. Now, which part do we want? I kind of almost want right in the middle to get the text. Won't all fit on, but I like this, the way it's torn as well. I think that's quite fun. Oops. Just smacked my glue stick with my ruler. Creating some fun scraps. Okay. Cover it in glue stick. So today has been a fairly cruisy, relaxed day as well, apart from going out to church, which was fine. And we came home and had quite an easy lunch. What we call savritos. It's a low carb wrap with salad ingredients and saveloys, smoked saveloys. We call them savritos because they kind of remind us like a burrito, but with a saveloy inside. So that's our little pet go-to dish for an easy lunch and sometimes dinner if we've been out. Right, let's give this a trim around. And I think I might distress the front with the ground espresso to get that grungy look. Kind of almost think, how else can I get a bit of grunge in there? Now I'm thinking. I don't often do grungy actually. I like distressed, but I don't very often go grungy. Right, get rid of those sticky bits. Have a sip of my cup of tea, keep me hydrated. Right, get the ground espresso, get my drop sheet back again. Kind of wondering actually about doing a bit of, I'm going to do it. Do I want to tear it? Could be quite hard to tear. Yeah, no, I'm not going to tear it. I'm not going to be able to, you know, it's thick, quite thick cardboard. So I'm going to kind of really distress it up by taking some little chinks out and then sort of giving it a bit of a bend. Let's take another one down here. Just a little triangle sort of. And again, give that a bit of a bend up. I'll re-glue that where the paper's coming off. Use tacky glue where it's lifting. Oh, it's actually the cardboard that's split. The paper is stuck to the cardboard, but then the cardboard's split in half. That is distressed. I'm just going to leave it at 2. I don't want to go super heavy. I can always come back and add later, you know, add a few more bits. So I'm going to get in there. Using the darker ink just to get that grunge going. Still thinking about how I could add some more grunge. I'm making it dirty and dark. How's that? I'm still thinking about more grunge. How can we do more grunge? Okay, so we still need our image or something for that, something that blows in the wind. We have sheet music done. We're kind of working on the grungy. Right, so where to from here? I think an image. Wondering if there's anything in this lot of stickers that I was sent by Prue. If you're watching this, Prue, I'm going to check out the stickers and see if anything is something that would blow in the wind. I can't remember, so it's good to, well, they're not actually stickers, they're cutouts. You cut them out. There's a flower there, but it's not big enough. I need something that's bigger. I just refound these yesterday and I thought, oh yes, all sea creatures. I need to remember I've got them so I can use them. Steampunk. No, it doesn't really blow in the wind because it's powered. It's not looking hopeful, but it's good to refresh my brain with what I have in these. No, okay, worth a look. Hopefully I can find something without taking too much time. This is a recent book I got and I'm not overly familiar with it yet. there's 53 and a half things that changed the world and some that didn't. So I don't know whether it's going to produce anything interesting, usable. There's kind of this, it's called a box kite, but it's, I think it would lose all meaning if I actually cut it out. It'll just look kind of messy, I think. So let's see if we can see something else. This can be the hardest part, is looking for, you know, something that inspires you, that you go, yep, that's the right thing, that's what I want to meet the prompt. Like any collage, it can be a bit tough. There's various flying machines here. This one would have been quite cool, but it goes across the spine, so that's a little annoying. This is a glider. That could work. So I'm just going to put my hand in there. Keep looking. We might find something that fits the bill even better. It's a fun book. I like the illustrations. I think they're fun. Bright and colourful and interesting. Telescope. That's cute. Doesn't fit the bill at all of something that blows in the wind, but it's cool. Little clock. Toilet. Yep. It kind of did change the world, didn't it? Hygiene and stuff like that. Right, it's not looking like there's, well, there's smoke here. That blows in the wind. And smoke here, but I'm thinking maybe this glider. Let's cut it out and see. We're not really losing anything on the other side, so that's good. Carefully. Oh, it's wanting to tear off its wing, so let's use a knife. There we go. Rescued. I love those types of children's books because they have fabulous images. Illustrations. You know, I always look for ones with the illustrations. Do a quick fussy cut. And do I want to put anything under it? Oh, he's got really skinny legs, this guy. Oh dear. Yes, still recovering from a busy week last week and about to head into another busy week. It's grocery shopping week this week, so I might be out Thursday and Friday, which is going to be totally exhausting because I pick my hubby's mum up on Friday and visit my mum. I can't kind of do all that and do the grocery shopping and fit everything in the car to pick up my mother-in-law. So kind of means I've got to do it on the Thursday instead of the Friday, the groceries, which means 2 days out in a row, which means I'll be absolutely blotto. Just super tired come next weekend once again. But this coming week is the last week of my mother-in-law's radiation treatment, and then we think, she hasn't actually got the final plan yet, but we think she'll have then a week at home, which will be really lovely for my mother and father-in-law. And then there's 1 more week of chemotherapy after that, so she'll have to go back to town for the week. which will mean another pick up and drop off. And then I guess it's seeing what happens after that as to whether that's the treatment done and dusted and she's all clear, or whether anything else is needed. So playing it by ear, just one step at a time. But it will be nice for her to have that break at home, because that'll be 5 weeks away from home, apart from the weekends. 2 days at home, then 5 days away from home. So yeah, it'll be nice for us to have a break from that running around too, although I'll probably still be going to see my mum, I would imagine. My mum is doing okay. She's very, very tired. Still early days recovering from her heart attack. Now, how was it in the book? Which way is it? So the writing is that way, pretty much. So it goes that way. So I took her out and ran errands with her on Friday last week, and then, you know, just visiting with her in the afternoon, and both her and my stepfather fell asleep. I was just sitting in the lounge, trying not to giggle too loudly that they were both napping. It was quite funny. Well, I found it funny anyway. Just, I was tired, so it tickled my funny bone. I'm just having a look for something that might be grungy in my little bin to my side. Do we want a bit of colour? I actually quite like that it's very neutral with this splash of yellow, but I feel like that by itself is just like, it's just been slapped on. I need something else. Sorry, I was just pulling my collage photo off my shelf and thought maybe I can find something in here that would kind of, that's just watercolor paint that was left over from doing something else that I just smushed around. It's kind of grungy, isn't it? It's just a whole blend of muddy colors, really. So it's very crunchy paper too. Another bit maybe. Sorry, I've gone so quiet. Not saying a lot. So I think in my last video I was talking about Kelly and her multiple abscesses. Well, we didn't see her at all on Thursday. She did not come home, and so I didn't sleep very well on Thursday night. I was worried because I've had a cat before that's had multiple abscesses and they took themselves off, and we didn't see her for I think like 3 days, and by the time we found her she was too far gone. So that was playing on my mind, the thought that if we can't find Kelly, and is she holed up somewhere just wasting away, so did not sleep well. But anyway, Friday morning she came home and all the abscesses had burst, and she was happy, she was eating, she was drinking, she was energetic, she was all good, and the wounds looked clean. So that was a great relief, because I was worried about her. And she was in this morning as well. She was also in yesterday, so she's had lots of cuddles, and I mean her cheek doesn't look very nice because it's got 3 distinct holes where the abscesses were. One of them looks a little red and inflamed, the oldest one actually. These words on this paper, this painted book page, are not actually that pleasant. Some of them anyway, but that's okay. I think I'll put a label or something over some of the worst. Yeah, so I am relieved to report she is all good. She will be fine. And she's very, very cuddly and curled up in my arms this morning and tucked her head in and just super sweet until I had to go have my shower. And it's like, then she decided it was time to go outside again, which is fine. She's got to be free to come and go. Just wish she came and went a bit more. Oh, now I'm going to rip that if I do glue stick, so let's switch to tacky glue. Oh, do I want to put a label? Maybe I want to do a label first, because I think otherwise I might end up leaving some of those yucky words. And I'm going to leave this bright and colourful in contrast to the grunge. Doesn't all have to be grungy. Oh, I could do like coffee stamped splatters or coffee rings or something. That would be good for grunge. I'm just looking at my label folio. I'm sorry, I know I'm off camera. Just looking for something that's particularly like distressed. Yeah, I mean, it's not overly distressed, but that's all right. It's got a few splotches here and there. Let's give it Grand Espresso or Vintage Photo. I think I'm going to go Vintage Photo. Don't want it all to be super dark. So this is from the Junk Journal Studio. It's Labels from Days Gone By. The first one, not the second one. Not the second kit, but the first kit. Yeah, that covers over most of those offending words, and we end up with somewhere loveliness right at the bottom showing. So that's cool. A bit of loveliness showing. Covers over words such as disgust, plague, horror, evil, corruption. Yeah, we don't want those on our thing, do we? No, 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 no. So let's cover them over. Straight, perhaps, or straightish. That's stuck there now, so that's where it's going to be. Very fine bit there on the glider, and then the wee legs, wee skinny legs. They look like they would break when he comes into land. They're so skinny. Yeah, over top of the label, I think. It's fun. And I'm looking up here and there's something up there as well. Maybe that's where I concentrate some stamping. Clean my glue nozzle there a little bit. Right, stamping. That one, I think. Right, drop sheet again. And, oh, do we want to, I'm thinking, do we want to do ground espresso for the coffee rings? I haven't done it. Haven't done coffee rings with ground espresso before. Let's give it a go. It might not look right, but we're going to give it a go. And I think I'm going to use this big splatter one. It's got a heavy dark bit there, so let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. Oh, ooh, I like it. I like it in that dark, dark ink. How fun is that? Let's put some on there. And then I'm going to switch out and grab a different one. Maybe this one. Just a simpler one, finer. Overlap them a bit there. It's also slightly bigger diameter as well. Here we go. That's fun. I'm liking that very much. And maybe some drops or splats. This one's quite fun. Big splatter. I'm actually glad I went with the dark because it shows up more, I think, than a lighter, like the coffee colour would show. Yeah, I think this is grunging it up. I think so. And let's lay over top of that one as well. Right, I think that's enough. I could keep going, but I think that's the right level of what I want. Okay, pop the stamp away. Right, are we done? Are we done? Maybe get in there a bit darker around the edges. So I did distress this side in Vintage Photo, but that is fine. Just hit it in a couple of spots with the residual ground espresso on my felt pad there. And then I've got a bit of ground espresso where those little chinks I took out are. Do I want anything else up here? Could do another label. Maybe a smaller one. Here's one that I found jammed under something, and it's got a bit of actual real coffee stain here, and it's all bent, and but no, it's not the right size. I need something smaller. So I don't know. Ooh, now that's got me wondering, do I want an actual stamp? I'm sure I've probably got stamps here that are looking a little on the grungy side. It's not grungy, but it's, I'm looking at the colours and going, the colours kind of could easily be distressed up. Not sure. I am not sure. I'm dithering now. I'm overthinking everything. Can you tell? Oh, there's a dark brown. I mean, the stamps have nothing to do with the prompt or the prompts. They're just extras. I just want one. Or do I want this bigger one? let's distress this up and see what I think. I've still got the paper on the back of this one. I don't think I want to put the Queen on something that's grungy. I'm going to do that. Okay, make a decision. Done. My stamps out the way. Just also because there's some words on this bit of paper that I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I want those showing either. So we'll just take away from those words, disguise them a little bit, and just adorn that corner. Right, so put this one down first. Work out that's a label, not a stamp. Do you want that on top one? Or I'm going to cover the animal's face if I put it underneath, so we'll put it on top. Don't want to cover the poor critter's face, whatever it is. It's a tiger cat, that's what it is. We can't cover the cat's face. It'd be a headless cat. Definitely don't want that. Oh, the words at the top of this bit of paper are good. Magnificent, praiseworthy. They're the sorts of words we want. Oops, hanging off the side. Let's just swing it around a little bit. That'll do. I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't quite place that correctly. I wanted this one up a bit higher, but it's stuck down now. It's also coming off its paper. So let's just put a bit of glue down under that so it doesn't lift. There we go. Okay, I'm going to call that done. So that is my faux playing card for week 79. It's the 9 of Hearts. It is grungy. It uses sheet music. It has something that blows in the wind, which is our glider here. And I haven't done the embellishment this week. I don't have any more sheet music in my bag. I need to make sure I grab some. Remind me, please. Go grab the sheet music out. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic week this week. I will be back again tomorrow, Trashcraft Tuesday, and I've got a choice of 2 projects that I want to do, and so I'm not sure which one I'm going to do for you tomorrow. It'll be one of them, or I'll think of something entirely different, because often I do that too. Okay, we'll catch you again then. See you. Bye.